and I'm the head of government affairs for Johnson & Johnson in Canada. And I'm honored to moderate this panel with Dr. Alexander Torhun, who is a member of the CUCC and heads up regulatory and medical affairs for OD Pharma research based in Ukraine and Poland. All our bios and that of the panelists are on the table in the back. We're 21st century, but we still use paper. But they're also available digitally on the app. So we won't give very many details about bios. We're going to kickstart our session with one of 4 videos that we'll show today. And after the first video, we'll start addressing a number of questions for the panelists. At the end of the session, we'll take questions if there's time. But if time doesn't allow, we're going to go right into the reception, and the Q&A period can continue on there. So let's cue the first video, please. Looked at that over the weekend, and it was quite zvurushlivo. So for the first question, we just want to give you a better appreciation or some appreciation of our panelists and the great initiatives that they're running. So first off, Mr. Vadim Shekman, if you can, CEO from Dobrobut, if you can talk about what is the focus of your organization, what product service does your organization provide?
Sure. Thank you so much for having us here. We are the biggest private healthcare operator in Ukraine. We currently have 2 hospitals and 17 outpatient clinics in Kiev. Had big plans, still do before the war, of having a really national operator and providing truly high-level quality medical care to Ukrainians. We're level 4 medical facility, meaning we provide everything from a basic surgery all the way to the heart surgery, brain surgery. And our mission, I guess, is to return the trust of Ukrainians in Ukrainian healthcare. And we believe that they have a right to be treated by real doctors that operate under strict medical standards.
When you accomplish that, if you can come to Canada and help build trust in our healthcare system, that'll be great. Yuri Labid, CEO of Hermaxi, please, same question.
Thank you for invitation, and thank you for all who stay here and who's strong enough to be in the end of this heavy day today. So my name is Labid Yuri. I am head of one of the biggest CRO in Ukraine, and CRO is a clinical research organization, and we do full service provision for innovative companies in pharmaceutical sector and medtech sector, and we investigate if newly developed technology is really safe and efficient. And if yes, then this medical innovation could go to the market. So shortly speaking, we provide services to bring medical innovation to the market.
Thank you. And I understand you've done clinical trials for European organizations and also North American, including Canada. Thank you. Olena Prij, can you talk about INUA, please?
Hi, I'm Olena, and I represent a charitable foundation in UA. And I represent a group of people, those are bioengineers, engineers, production company, laboratory, and surgeons. And all of us are involved in designing and production of customized titanium implants for all those who have suffered from the war, both civilians and military servicemen.
Thank you very much. Mr. Anatoly Rieder, if we can ask you, CEO of Interchem, to...
Thank you. We're a middle-sized pharmaceutical company started with Ukraine itself 31 years ago from 5 postgraduates and grow up to 1,000 employees now. We started producing APIs only, and that was the beginning of our activity, business activity. And nowadays, since 2003, we're producing the finished forms, and we came over already of 3 enlargements of our production. We are covering a bit less than 2% of Ukrainian pharmaceutical markets.
Astounding, thank you. Christina Korganska, CEO of Doludo, please.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I'm really happy to see you here. I'm here to represent the not-profit organization Doludo. We are creating the ecosystem and mental health in Ukraine, and we are actually focused on veterans and their families. Because we really believe that if we recover the people will rebuild the country. We absolutely share the statement of the First Lady Elena Zelenska. So, we are working under the national program of recovery, mental health recovery of Ukrainians 2030. And for now we have 3 centers operate in Kyiv and based on the hospitals, government hospitals on the rehabilitation department. So the hospitals provide medical and physical treatments, and we provide the psychological and psycho support for our heroes and their families.
Let's jump into another question, and I would like to ask through the lens of the mission of Canada-Ukraine Chamber of Commerce. The mission is to provide and facilitate trade and investment between Canada and Ukraine. So the question is, what are you looking for? What are you looking for from Canada, from Canadian business? Yuri, please.
Thank you, Alexander. We are looking for companies, pharmaceutical companies, medical device companies who develop innovative products. So it would be great to know these companies, or maybe you know some company who which develops medical technology. It would be great to establish these connections, and also governmental structures in Canada are big contributors to innovations, to Medtech, and to innovative companies. So if we can speak with some governmental people who know how this process of company selection performs, and maybe Ukrainian innovations and Ukrainian platforms could be useful to promote and to facilitate innovations in Canada. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Vadim. Question is the same. What collaboration, investment, partnership are you looking for from Canada?
Thank you. There are a number of things. First of all, Canada is known for high standards of medical care, so we are looking for partners who can help us improve medical care that we provide. That's first. Second of all, Ukraine has a problem with the quality of medical education. That's why we started our own medical academy. So we're looking for partners who can help us improve the quality of medical education. And the third thing, we are in the process of designing and building a rehabilitation center that will provide both physical and mental rehabilitation. So anybody who is interested in partnering in that, I would love to talk to.
Yeah, thanks so much. Olena, question is for you.
What we are searching for here, this is the same. Absolutely everything. Designing and production of individual implants, it's a comparatively new sphere in medicine. So every month, every year, it's getting better and better regarding rehabilitation, healing processes. So surely we're searching for support from specialists who can advise us, who can perform R&D together with us, so that we become faster and better with every patient, with every month. And surely as the number of clients who turn to us grows every month, so definitely within time it is getting more difficult to support all this activity ourselves. So any kind of support would be so helpful for the foundation and for all of that we are doing here.
Yeah, thank you. Christina, question is for you.
Actually, I'm here because I'm looking for the synergy. Because it's not just only partnership, because we actually are looking for a synergy for two ways. The first way is the Canadian knowledge and experience and the working with the veterans and with the psychological disease and maybe some psychosocial support for veterans, because the war is not, unfortunately, it's not new. And it's not new fact for the world. So that's why we're looking for knowledge and experience. And the second, on the other hand, we're looking for support and fundraising as well. Because if we're talking the synergy, this is the synergy not only for one side. This is the win-win for two sides. Because if we strengthen our minds, so we could build the resilience not only for Ukrainians and Canadians as well, because only together we could create something really big and something that has a great values not only for Ukrainians, because Ukrainian will share our experience to the world after this really hard, dark periods of time.
Yeah, thank you. And last but not least, Anatoly.
We are looking very simply for support for entrance of Canadian markets of APIs as a first step. In such a quick changing world, referring to the situation coming with the COVID and then with the political problems of the last time, very many countries, and Canada is not exclusion, are looking now for alternative sources of raw materials which could support the raw material supply in a different situation. We can offer definitely a very high quality, quite competitive priced APIs for the Canadian and North American markets.
Great, thank you. I mean, as you can see, a great diversity in terms of not-for-profit and also commercial operations, but great potential for partnership with some of our Canadian entities. So thank you very much for that. I'm going to queue up the next video, if I could. Again, a very impactful video story. Out of a very dark situation, a rather positive message. Christina Kurenza, can you talk about, we've heard the official story, but can you talk about what achievements you're most proud of from your organization?
Thank you. What achievements? We are really proud that we already have 3 centers, and also we have already more than 2,000 individual interventions we provided. We already have done more than 700 heroes that got the whole 14 days program of psychological rehabilitation, and really proud because of that. We 83% of dead people who got this whole program, they changed their mental condition. And it's really good because it gives really good results, because even for a really short stabilization program, we have such kind of results. So if we will continue to give this kind of support and create more long-term programs for rehabilitation and psychosocial support for veterans and their families. So the main aim is that we, at the video, we would like to, we are strong now, because we are second year we are after the whole war, whole invasion. So we are really strong, but we need to be more stronger and stronger. Of course, we're proud of the international partnership, because we work with the Israel Coalition Trauma. We work with some British colleagues. They have experience with more than 30 years of work in clinic working with PTSD, and also we work with ERC National Trauma Center as well. And I really hope that from this week and from this conference and this week, I have a lot of meetings here, will bring the new experience from Canada as well. And what else we proud of? We proud of every participant of this project, because it is supporting of local Ukrainian business, because we have supporting from them. And we're really proud that we have a really huge and really deep expert team with from the experts on mental health and also operation team. And what we're proud of, and we're proud that we are looking for future, because this kind of project, we know the reality in Ukraine, but this kind of project could change the reality. That's why we are really focused on it, because we are not going to stop on these 3 centers. We are planning to open in 2024. We're planning to open the new center, which will concentrate to socializing process. It's meant that for the veterans who come back to the normal life, it includes the working with the family, with the children, with the education, with the retrain and after employment and after adaptive sports. So this is the kind of ecosystem we're trying to build, and we really thank you, and really thank you for every participant who help us to create this model.
Okay, thank you. Lots there to be proud of. Yuri, you've built up a very impressive CRO that's operating on an international level, meeting GCP requirements. Well, I'm not going to talk about your company. What can you share? What your achievements that you're most proud of from your company?
The most challenging and interesting achievement is the development of electronic data capture system in the company, and we are the first company in Ukraine which invested in this digital solution and which develops this solution. So this system streamlined the process of a clinical trial and enhances the speed of the clinical trial procedure. So it allows us to see all health parameters of the patients and remotely manage the project. So it's quite complicated digital tool which is created in accordance with European legislation and European tools, which is also compliant with specific FDA and FDA Canada requirements. So it's maybe the most prominent achievement.
Quite amazing. Quite amazing. Olena from INUA, can you comment on what achievement you're most enthused about from your organization?
Well, my achievement, it's my team. I'm so proud of having possibility to work with them. The most talented bioengineers who had only a few months to study the most difficult program to create into a product from CT or MRI. Typically it takes years, but our people had to do it within just 3-2 months. And I am proud of all the team which we are having. I'm proud of surgeons. They're fearless. They do such difficult operations where their European colleagues said, no, the patient will not survive. And our patient had survived, and they're feeling really good right now. So all this team is making amazing things. They're making impossible possible already right now. And no matter what happens in Ukraine, we keep working, and we can do miracle. They can do miracle, and I'm just proud to be a part of all this.
Thank you. Anatoly, you have a 31-year history with your company. There's a lot of achievements.
We'll try to be short.
Yes,
yeah,
but
only the very last. Right, 24th of February, everybody knows how it's happened. So I'm quite proud. On 28th of February, 8 in the morning, we started the full operation in one shift. By the end of March, we had 3 shifts full operation. By the beginning of May, we started discussing the new investment project, and already by March of this year, we signed all the contracts for the new investment project. By May, we just realized that out of 1,000 employees which we had before the war, 962 left with us. Only 38 people by family reason left the country, left the company. But by the end of 22, we grow for about 12 people more than 1,000. All that is something we are really proud. To be very simple and very short, we are proud. We are completely alive.
Congratulations. Vadim, over to you. Dobrobut, what achievement are you most proud of?
I can probably talk about different medical procedures and things we do in our hospitals, and we do serve over 120,000 patients every month. But I think the thing that we are the most proud of is the fact that a lot of Ukrainians who have, for the war reasons, have left and now live in Europe, in Canada, and other countries. They come because they still think that they get the best medical care with us. So I think that's the biggest thing we get satisfaction out of.
You might have more people coming to for services. Thank you. Alexander, over to you.
We talked about rules and restrictions in terms of healthcare industry, and I would like we talked about past. I would like to ask about the future, and the question is to Anatoly: what key challenges and opportunities does the future hold for your company?
Okay, due to very difficult destiny for my country, the consumption, now only figures, consumption of medicines, of drugs, is approximately, for now, is approximately $38 annually, which is 15 times less than in this country, like 20 times less than in US, and about 35 times less than in Japan. But even if we take the neighbor country, Ukraine has nearly the lowest consumption of medicines. I'm pretty sure the figure will be growing fulfilling all the needs and service for Ukrainians after the war. And the figure will grow very, very quickly, growing with the figure big and very nice business.
Thank you. I would like to share just one figure in terms of Christina's question. At least 15 million Ukrainians need to face with mental health disorders. So the question is the same. What key challenges, opportunities does the future hold for your company?
We know all that we have numbers of challenges because of the war, and the consequences after the war could be really terrible. But we would like to think in other way and to try to all our challenges to replace to opportunities, because for example, if we're talking about the huge challenge, if the mental trauma is invisible, is a really huge challenge. But we in the same time all traumatic events have two ways of developing. The first one is the going to psychological disease, or PTSD, one of them, or it could be post-traumatic growth. So we are focusing on post-traumatic growth to take this experience, hard experience after traumatic events, and to put it to personal growth. And in other side, we have challenges of the stigma in Ukraine, because of we are now under building the culture of mental health in the country. So we are the one of the challenges. This is just to build this culture of mental health, of mentally health business, mentally health society, and the culture of the gratitude to our heroes, to our medicals, to our psychologists, to our donors, to everyone who will participate on this huge challenge. So I hope that we could manage every process in unity, and all this huge challenge of the war we rebuild to our growth and strengths, of course.
And the same question to Olena. I know that you've got at least 1 and 5 years plans, and the question is the same. What key challenges and opportunities does the future hold for your company?
Well, when they were started and when we have just started to print implants, we made 1 or 2 per month, obviously, because the implant is needed after 3 or 6 months after the wound is received. And now we print minimum 20 implants per month. These implants are for servicemen, they are for civilians. It could be massive facial surgery like cranial plates, like jaws. It can be orthopedics like hip implant, knee implant, shoulder, anything. And also around 10-15% of our patients have oncology, and due to the war they have no possibility to work, to finance, so we help them as well. And for now it's okay, we're capable of doing it ourselves, but our challenge is to be faster, to do more within next 1 to 5 years. If the war continues, obviously we will have some small growth, but hopefully the war ends, and after that so many patients would require not just help here and now, but they would be needed so many bones to be replaced. And this is the chance for a full recovery. So our challenge is to remain fast. Now we are 4 times faster than average on the market. We make 3D model, we design within only few days, and we print only within few days. So meaning within 1 week you can plan your operation. So we have to be fast in the future. And taking into account that the number of inquiries will grow, the company should grow as well.
I know that you usually create a tight implant in 4 times faster than competitors.
Well,
That's true?
yes. Well, yes. For other companies, typically takes around 4 weeks. Yep, from planning, from creating implant, printing, anatomy printing implant, checking it in laboratory and sending to a surgeon. We are capable, as we have a full cycle on site, we can design, we can print anatomy, we have laboratory to check on site, and everything is performed on the same place. So we need 1 week maximum for all that.
Thank you. Vadim, question is the same. Yeah, I know that the robot helps at least 120,000 patients in Ukraine. That of course you have to be robust, and the question is the same. What are you expecting from the future?
I think the biggest challenge for us is the fact that if you compare healthcare in Ukraine to other industries, it's probably the least reformed. It's only charitably can be called contemporary. Generally speaking, it's the government healthcare is old, antiquated, a lot of corruption, a lot of inefficiencies, and because of that, us and companies like us do not work with the government, and unfortunately, only a small percentage of people can afford care in the private clinics. So the biggest challenge is how do we make good quality care affordable. So we're trying to work with the government to reform the system, to create the system that would change Ukrainian healthcare into the competitive environment where clinics compete for the patients, where the patients have a choice to get the best care where they can. And I think Ukrainians, like any other citizens, deserve to have a quality health care. So we need help of our international partners into honestly applying their knowledge and forcing the hand of Ukrainian government into continuing the reforms. And also there is a lot of money coming in right now into Ukraine because a lot of facilities have been damaged, but a lot of this money is being used very inefficiently. So coordination of international effort is required, and I believe if we make the system more efficient, it would greatly help in the rebuild of the country.
Excellent. I'm not being facetious or making fun at all, but really, some of the things you describe are also, as many of us know in the audience, issues that we're struggling with in Canada as well, in terms of efficiency and whatnot. But I understand there's even more challenges in Ukraine. Okay, I'm going to queue up the. I think we're. Do we have? Apologies.
No.
Yes.
It's just we forgot about this extremely important question. I would like to ask Yuri the same. But firstly, I know that the number of clinical trials is dropped down in 10 times. From one side, from the other side, the clinical trials are at the cutting edge of their progress, at least for pharmaceutical industry, for pharmaceutical development. So the question is the same. What are the key challenges does the future hold for your company?
Thank you, Alexander. I think that the darkest times are in the past, because now industry is renovating in Ukraine, and Ukraine is divided to 3 zones, and green zones is quite big. It's central and the western part of Ukraine, and big sponsors, big pharmaceutical companies trying to get back to Ukraine now. So darkest time are in the past. And the biggest challenge in the future, I think, will be when war is over and everyone will think somehow about Ukraine and the companies knowing that Ukraine is a good country for clinical research because of speed, because of high quality, because of cost effectiveness, then all those customers will go to Ukraine within a short period of time, and then the biggest challenge will be scaling of the company. And I dream about the time when I will be looking for new people, new departments in the company, and about these challenges and problems in the future. And it is not just idealistic dreaming, it is our plan, and we now trying to create learning courses to train people in more or less automatic mode and to maintain this scalability when war is over. And from my perspective, Ukraine will have a chance to make big step forward, and it could be a new age for the country and new age for the company.
I mean, just for context, I mean, Pharmax is a very well-respected and well-established CRO. They run numerous centers across Ukraine. They've done work for multinationals, including Johnson & Johnson, I think, that they've done work for, but they've also done work for a biotech company in Quebec. So truly, they are in a position to compete with other countries that produce a very high-quality research for registration purposes. So, okay, I'm going to queue up the next video, if I can. It's from Interchem. Great. We're down to our last rapid fire question. If I got that right, I believe. So quick fire, we just want to learn about one last message that you'd like to leave the audience with. And Anatoly mentioned that he was going to be a little bit long-winded, so we're going to leave him for the last. So I'm going to start with Christina, if I could, from Doludo.
I will try make it more short. So my message actually is really short, that I welcome you to get connected for peace, because peace starts here in our mind. And it is really important, not just only for Ukrainians, it is important for the whole world. And I'm really welcome you to join the efforts, because it is about not just going to the deep drama. It's because of the growth, and also this is because of the building of resilience, of rewriting our new story of Ukrainians, not just only rebuild, to write the new story, to write the new pages, and to create the new standards. Because we have, as we mentioned before about the opportunities, and this is the opportunity for our country to build new system and the mental health in generally. So that's why it's because of the resilience. That's why it's because of building the sustainable society. So please welcome, and we will be really happy to create the synergy together.
Our audience, as you see, is expanding rather than decreasing. So again, good thing. So Olena, what final message would you like to leave with the audience from INUA?
I don't know how many implants we will print next year. It can be 100, it can be 1,000, but it will depend. But at any rate, me and my team, we will do all possible to make this amazing innovative technology in medicine accessible for all Ukrainian people. And I do count on support of all the partners and all people interested in it.
And Yuri from Axi, one message you'd like to leave the audience with?
My message is about partnership and trying to find a good synergy between Ukrainian and Canadian companies, and I believe that Ukrainian company could propose efficient solution and digital solution and other solution which improve the processes and services in Canadian companies, and it would be really great if we will find some benefits in cooperation between Canadian and Ukrainian company when Ukrainian service and product will become a competitive advantage of the Canadian company. It will be the best cooperation between two companies. It will be win-win cooperation, and let's speak and let's explore and let's try to find those assets, opportunities and expertise which Ukraine and Ukrainian company could bring and to improve your services and to make competitive advantage for Canadian company.
Vadim, the question for you. What message you want to leave with the audience?
Since the February 24th, there is a lot of talk about helping Ukraine, and Ukraine does need help winning the war. However, we need to make sure that we don't want to create Ukraine that will be an aid recipient forever and ever. We need help creating a strong economy where strong Ukrainian businesses are able to work in Ukraine, compete in the world market, and to have a country with a strong economy that can not only support itself, but actually in the future help other countries.
And finally, Anatoly, the question is for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I want to, not final message, but final emotion. So recently, some month and a half ago, I had a conversation with the Ukrainian priest in New York, Ukrainian church. We were discussing the destiny of a very old, beginning of 11th century icon from Sophia Cathedral in Kiev, which somehow were traveling from 1943 through Europe to Canada, and from Canada to New York. And that's extremely important icon, which called, if you translate that, Nicholas the Wet, which are now in New York. And I was asking, we all asking, are there any chance to return icon to Sophia Cathedral? And the priest told me, look, UNESCO saying that Sophia under the great risk of being demolished. And my answer was, right, Sophia was from the 1017 until now at the great risk being demolished. And 1 century, more than 1 century, nobody could demolish Sophia. So Ukraine in a great risk to be demolished, but that will never happen. Ukraine will be alive. Ukraine will go. Ukraine will be. And we definitely appreciate all support which was for us, which will be for us, but we value 1,000 times more the support which we receiving now. The value of this support unbelievably big. And it's not only money, it's not only business, it's soul-wise, it's business-wise, it's people-wise. And I suppose our beloved Ukraine will pay back hundredfold. Slava Ukraini!
Дякую, Anatoly, and that was worth it. So, so thank you. That brings us to the end of our panel questions. I think we might have a few minutes to open things up for Q&A if there are any questions. We are getting close to reception hour, so I appreciate that people might want to head out, but if there's any questions.
Everybody tired.
So we will have an opportunity to continue the discussion. There is a reception just outside the door, so I'd invite people to continue the conversation, if you will. On behalf of Dr. Torhun and myself, I want to thank you for joining us for this late afternoon panel. I hope you found it interesting. I certainly found it really inspiring across the board to hear about what's going on in terms of different innovations in the life sciences and healthcare sector. So it's been a real privilege to work with this panel. We do have one more video to show, so I'll cue them up in shortly, but I just want to, before I sign off, I just want to ask you to join me in acknowledging the great work and inspiration of our panelists.